When is it a good time to upgrade to Shopify Plus? This is a question that I get all the time from my existing clients and friends in my network. And today, what we're going to do is dive into what is Shopify Plus and why you should upgrade to Shopify Plus or why you should stay at one of your other Shopify Plus levels. So, starting off, if you don't know who I am, my name is Mark Milliton. I'm the founder of Breadloaf and Retention Labs and brand marketer. And through all of our companies, we work with direct consumer brands of all shapes and sizes. On the agency side, we help brands doing 750,000 to 40 million a year scale through email, SMS, app push, and direct mail through our retention program. And then on the brand marketer side, we help coach and empower and train direct consumer founders that are doing anywhere from 5 to 50 grand a month and looking to scale their businesses. So going into Shopify Plus and what it can do for you. Okay. The main reason you're going to want to upgrade to Shopify Plus is that you are at a point where your business, where you're outgrowing the advanced or the beginner level, whatever level you're on. Most likely you're already on advanced if you're ready to go to Plus, right? Plus is an investment. It's not insanely expensive, but it's not cheap. I think it's around $1,800 a month, something like that. It's always changing. There's always some offers. So don't hold me to that, but I'll put a link in where you can actually get a little bit more information on Plus and where you could sign up. But with that being said, the main reason you're going to be moving to Shopify Plus is you've exhausted and outgrew the current features that you have, right? You're definitely at the multiple six-figure a month level. Like you're not going to upgrade to Plus unless you're in the six-figure zone. I would say multiple six-figure zone to really make it worthwhile. I would say most of our clients that upgrade to Plus are somewhere between 250 to 500 grand a month. That's usually the sweet spot where they're like, we want to invest into this and actually grow it. And it's usually because they need a couple of the key features. And right now I'm going to go through those key features that I see most often. So when we talk about benefits of Plus, one of the biggest ones is overall server speed, right? Once you get into the Plus ecosystem, you're on a dedicated server. When you're in the regular versions of Shopify, you're on shared servers with multiple stores. So what essentially happens is you're on a shared server with a lot of stores on it, and you're hitting certain times of the day where those stores are driving an insane amount of traffic to their site. It could be load bearing on your site, right? The one thing about Shopify that we just, for better or for worse, they load stores onto different servers all over the world based on traffic and based on a lot of other things that we don't have any control over, right? So when it comes to site speed, the number one thing is going to be server load. If you get on a Plus, that becomes something that it's not really an issue anymore, right? So that's number one. The second is going to be support. So when you get into Plus, you have access to support. Shopify Basic and Advanced don't really give you much support if you've ever had any questions on it. That's why, you have so many brands that rely on agencies like ours to help them kind of consult through the whole ecosystem and how it works. But if you get into Plus, you get more or less dedicated white glove support. That is to a certain level. You're still waiting on it. It's not instantaneous. People are always changing around, but you do get access to that if you do have questions. So those are like two of the main reasons we usually see a lot of clients want to move to Plus. They're looking for that dedicated server and also dedicated support. The next item is going to be access to scripts and checkout. So as you know right now, you can't customize anything on checkout with the regular version of Shopify, which for better or for worse, it it makes sure that it stays optimized for most brands. But as you start to grow and scale and you're hitting multiple six figures a month, you're getting the multiple seven figure a month zone, you really need to be doing some things to your site that's going to help entice the customer during the checkout experience, like adding upsells and downsells, like adding an ethos in testimonials and other items to the actual checkout page to make sure people aren't going to get tied up on that. And we're going to have a video coming in the future about how to optimize your checkout if you're in Plus. That's going to have some cool stuff that we'll be talking about then. But then on the script side of things, having access to scripts is one of my favorite, if not my most favorite feature within Plus. As you know, there's only certain offers that you can run within the existing Shopify beginner and advanced ecosystem. And once you get into scripts, you have access to run dynamic scripts that actually changes the price and does different things and lets you add certain products to a cart. You can run a lot more promotions and offers. And, one of the main reasons a lot of our clients have moved over to Plus is we've hit the holiday season and we've wanted to run like tiered discounts offers. And to run tiered discount offers, you need a custom script put into the back end. And the only way to do that is if you're on Plus. A lot of our clients are running like, tiered discount offers, and you really can't do that You can't do that automatically within a regular version of Shopify. The only way or workaround is if you have multiple codes, but we all know multiple codes make things a little bit more complicated for the consumer. The more complicated and challenging it is for the consumer, the more or less likely they are to finish checkout and actually buy. So when you have access to those scripts, it makes things a lot more seamless, a lot more easy, and we can be pretty crafty with our offers, different things we're running at any given times during the year. So the next item is just more or less API backend access. If you have a site or you have a product that requires some customization or dynamic components within products, you're very limited to what you can do with building custom apps and having backend API access. Once you get into Plus, you more or less get the keys to open the doors and build custom stuff on your site, which, like I said, if you're at the multiple seven figure a month run rate, this is super helpful to just making sure you're hitting your business requirements and getting things that you need done across the board. So another thing that's pretty cool is you can build subdomain sites. So you can host multiple sites on your existing Shopify store. And we've had clients that have run special like collaboration activations with other partner companies where we've essentially built back-end portals. This is one of our clients, Plane Tags. I use them as an example a lot. They've done some partnerships with a lot of big airline carriers, which we've pretty much had to build out back-end portals with password protected access and lots of business requirements. And we've been able to do this with having access to the back end of Shopify. It's been super helpful to be in Plus with this. And we can more or less manage the products that are accessible there, what's going on in the back end, and how that program is flowing back and forth. So it's been super helpful. And the next thing we want to talk about is wholesale. So wholesale, if you're not in Plus, can be quite challenging to manage unless you're in Fair or one of these other wholesale programs. When you're in Plus, you can get access to building out a whole wholesale backend sales channel, right? It's its own portal that you can let your wholesale accounts log into when they get access and actually get access to product pricing at different levels based on who they are. This is really, really helpful when it comes to managing wholesale, right? Unless you're a really big brand, you probably don't have a wholesale team out there hunting and trying to count down and get in new stores. And at the same time, what we find with a lot of e-commerce is there's a lot of volume on boutiques and smaller brick and mortar retail that are buying smaller, couple hundred, a couple $1,000 POs. And it takes a lot of work to manage those orders manually, to collect payment, to do all these things. And the Shopify Plus wholesale portal solves a lot of those issues and makes it quite easy to actually run and operate on the back end. So this is one of my favorite features. If you're running wholesale at all, or you're looking to get into wholesale and you don't have a full sales team, this is a great way to onboard your wholesale accounts and get them in there. And what we've done is we actually have worked with a couple clients that their wholesale business was massive. And we actually treated wholesale just like we do with our consumer emails and our consumer marketing. And anytime we had a new product that's launching on wholesale or a new product that's launching in general, we would launch it to wholesale first, let them know what's going on, give them a special offer, and essentially run email marketing on a wholesale calendar as well to make sure people stay consistent and know that we're still around, what's going on, what special offers are available. So super helpful to just look at wholesale as like a digital channel as well and streamline things so they don't get caught up at, different levels. Like managing brick and mortar accounts can be super challenging and take up a lot of time, and this can help streamline it. So super helpful. The next item I'm going to talk about is having the ability to get into Shopify Pro POS. So let's say you're a large retailer, like one of my favorite brands, Vuori, which I'm wearing a Vuori shirt right now. This is one of my favorite shirts. Vuori is a California outdoor inspired activewear brand. And Vuori has flagship locations all through the US. A lot in Southern California. They're opening them up all over right now. Vuori specifically is on Shopify Plus. And if you go in, I'm a Shopify geek, so I'm always seeing they're using Pro POS. The great thing about Pro POS is it lets you have multiple POS locations at multiple retail brick and mortar locations, and it lets you assign multiple account logins to all of your brick and mortar staff as well. So it helps you build this omnichannel strategy that's online and offline and connects a lot of things together. And the only way that you're able to run the Pro POS is if you're on Plus, which, hey, if you're at the level where you're at like Vuori, where you've got multiple brick and mortars, you're launching and scaling, you should be on Plus regardless. So once again, depending on where you're at, what level you are, these are some of the core benefits that I really love about Shopify Plus and what it can offer you. And if you're interested in migrating to Plus, or you're interested in moving to Shopify in general, Breadloaf specifically has a whole CRO, front end and back end, design, build, and grow e-commerce website Shopify team. We only focus on Shopify and Shopify Plus. We're Shopify Plus partners, and we would love to do a free audit for you and tell you what we can do. We're building anywhere from 3 to 5 Shopify sites at any given time, and we love the back end. We are Shopify backend experts. We know exactly what apps to use, what you need to grow and scale, and I'm happy to do an audit for you and dive into that. So I hope this video is helpful, and if you want to get in connect with me, or if you have any questions about Plus, put a note in the comment and I'm happy to help answer that. And once again, I'll see you on the other side. Bye.